Hi, welcome back to Dive Gear Reviews. Today we're taking a quick look at the OpsCore Fast helmet. Okay, just taking a slightly closer look, just a little disclaimer at the start that this is the replica airsoft version of the helmet and it's not the real steel ballistic OpsCore version. So if you are going to use this in overhead environments or for cave diving, any sort of ballistic protection required, do use the real steel version. Do get the OpsCore base jump or the carbon or something like that. But this is just the replica plastic version made in China or Taiwan. It is very, very realistic and it's absolutely identical until you look up really close or perhaps by the weight of it. But yeah, if you need to use it for impact or anything like that, proper head protection, then get the real steel version. But I'm only using this for diving, not in overhead environments, and I'm also using it for more like a video mounting system rather than anything. Hopefully going to attach the GoPro NVG mount to the front onto this moulded shroud here and put the GoPro HC Hero 3 Black version on the front of this. Okay, just to quickly talk you through the helmet, this will probably be part 1 of 2 of these videos. The helmet itself, when you unbox it, comes with a massive amount of this really tough, hard foam padding, which you'll have to take out because it's all positively buoyant, it all floats, and if you had a normal size head you could never get all this stuff in, and I mean there is loads of it, loads and loads of this padding. And you just don't need it. If you've got a normal sized head, it'll be taking it out. Also, you'll be probably using this helmet with a hood, or especially if you're in cold water, a 3 or 5mm hood. So all that padding has got to go. I've only tested the helmet with a 3mm hood, and it works fine. But it's borderline whether you could actually fit the helmet on your head with the 5mm hood on. It depends on the size of your head, but the helmet is one size fits all. So just be aware of that. That would be ideal for warm water environments, but not necessarily cold water environments, because the thicker your hood, the more difficult you're going to find getting this helmet on. Okay, it's got these moulded holes at the top, so for any escaping air, so that's good. But the helmet itself is slightly buoyant, is slightly positively buoyant. So if you take the helmet off, it will slowly float. So just something to be aware of. I suppose you could attach lead in some fashion or other, maybe cut it or mould it and attach it in some way or other to the helmet, but I haven't tried that yet because I'm simply going to attach the NVG and the GoPro camera on, which might make it a bit more negative. So I'll burn that bridge when I come to it. Okay, just a quick look at the helmet. Has these stick-on Velcro insignia tabs. Comes with plenty of them. Really it's designed to mimic the real steel military application of it, for insignia or identifying which personnel is using it, and popular with airsoft clans and that sort of thing, putting on their own tags and that. But this is probably all just going to come off when I dive it, so I'll put it on for decoration but nothing else. The actual system itself, okay, it's got the usual chin strap. It is quite extensive, so it will go under your hood with your dry suit or your dry suit hood, and it just clips, and it's quite easy to pinch and unclip. So it's quite forgiving and it is quite strong. The way the helmet actually cinches down, it has this clockwise counter wheel on the back. All you do is you put your chin strap on, and to cinch it down you simply turn clockwise, and hopefully you can see that the bands on the inside of the helmet close down, they tighten up, and it keeps the helmet very, very secure on your head. Really, really great. And obviously to loosen up, or if you've got a larger head, to slacken off, you just simply rotate counterclockwise, and it's as simple as that. Has a foam block on the inside. Now some of you might be wondering, well, why didn't you take that out? Surely that's contributing to the positive buoyancy, and it does, but it is quite extensive, and it is literally practically cemented in, and it goes all the way through to the back. So to try and get it out, you'd have to drill it out and file it out and basically destroy the helmet just to get this thing off, and it's glued on really, really solid. You can't get it out, so it's just not worth ruining the helmet trying. You just have to accept that a slight bit of the positive buoyancy is coming from this block at the front. Okay, another little annoying fact you'll have to get over with this replica version is the plastic moulding for the insert for the NVG shroud is really tricky to get out. You'll probably have to jam it with a screwdriver like I did, and I did slightly bare the plastic along the edge just trying to get the thing out. It is a real pain, but that's all the quality of the moulding. It looks great, but the actual moulding when it comes to clipping and unclipping things isn't very good, so you're going to have to watch out for that. I can't even be 100% that the GoPro NVG mount is going to stay in and it's going to work with this plastic, because it is quite cheap and quite tacky. So it looks good, but will it perform as well? I just don't know. But you have to get it out if you're going to use the NVG mount. You're going to put a camera on there, so get out any way you can. But it doesn't come out easy. It took a while. I wasn't even sure it was going to come out without breaking the helmet, but I managed it. Okay, these side rails, this comes with a Picatinny or a Weaver rail. I can't really be sure which, but it comes with a little Picatinny or Weaver block on the side. Now the problem with this is you're gonna have a problem with this. Is it slides. It uses a little clip, but you can, if you don't screw it down, I've drilled and screwed it into the helmet itself, so it can't really move now. But beforehand, it's just for imitation purposes, and underwater, obviously, you don't want your torch floating off. Before I screwed it down, before I drilled and screwed into the helmet, you can literally just push this block straight out the back, and there's nothing stopping it. It clips in, but really lightly, and you can just push it out the front and push it out the back, and it's only really for airsoft decoration and putting a little 1-inch diameter torch on. So you're gonna have to screw it in and secure it in some fashion, or you're gonna lose your torch just like that. So you're going to need to sort that out. It is really just throwaway crappy plastic, so watch out for it. It's purely for imitation decoration purposes, so if you want to make it functional, you're going to have to either glue it or bolt it or screw it in some way to the helmet itself, otherwise it'll just slide straight out. I really can't stress just how flimsy this piece is. It clips very lightly, and just a slight push and it will run straight out the back of the helmet. You can also attach goggles, but you won't be doing that with for diving. This is more just for dust goggles or that sort of thing. You can have a goggle system attached to both sides of the helmet. Has a similar attachment system on these are both reversible, so you can put this side on that side on this side. Just a little torch mount, but this is just plastic. It's just for decoration, but I've drilled this in as well if I want to attach a second torch, like a UK SL4 or something like this on it. But I'm probably going to try and put a Hollis LED torch on this side. The problem being is that most torches that I found are more than 1 inch in diameter, so you are going to struggle putting a bigger diameter torch than 1 inch on one of these torch mount systems. The torch mount comes separately to this, and it is 1 inch in diameter, and it costs about £10–15. But being 1 inch, you will struggle to find many dive torches that will even fit. So there's probably a better way of doing this, but I haven't figured it out yet, and whatever it is, it probably won't be as secure or as neat looking or as tactical looking as using the Picatinny block. So if you can, use a 1 inch diameter scope mount and find a small enough LED waterproof torch and fit that on. But will it provide enough brightness for a GoPro to use? I just don't know. Probably not, unless you use a thicker diameter torch. So we'll see how that works out. But this will all add a bit of negative buoyancy to the helmet overall. Put a torch on it, put the camera on it, and you probably won't end up with the floating problem that I've had. I've pool tested it. It is great, slightly positively buoyant. So if you take it off, you will lose it, but obviously you'll know it's on your head, and you can clip quite securely with this chin strap. Cost is about £60, and with the additional extras you're probably looking at another £20, and obviously if you want to pay for the real thing, you're looking at between £200 and £1,000, and probably a 6-month wait. The lead times on this last time I looked were 4 to 6 months, so pretty significant. So I do recommend trying the airsoft version first, and if you're not using it for an overhead environment, then it's probably just as good. So I look forward to making a second video when we've got the GoPro HC Hero attached on the front, and I'll let you know how well it performed. Okay, give it a thumbs up if you like this video. Thanks.